Do you cough or clear your throat a lot during the day? If you do, you may be damaging your vocal cords, and you'll want to listen to this episode to learn how to cough or clear your throat in a way that doesn't damage your vocal cords. Hi, my name is Lynda Stucky, and today's episode is all about learning how to cough and clear your throat in a way that's not abusive to your vocal cords. But before we do that, I want to tell you just in a little short, simple lesson on what's happening with your vocal cords when you do that so that you can understand it better and why it's important not to continue to cough or clear your throat in ways that are hurting your vocal cords. Let me explain to you just a little bit about the way your vocal cords work. I think it's really cool, and I'll make it so it's fun as well. Your vocal cords are like elastic bands that are right here in your voice box. If you place your hand on your neck and you say, ah, you should be able to feel some vibration. That's where your vocal cords are located. And of course, they are located above your lungs. They're V-shaped like this. And so when you send air up through your vocal cords begin to vibrate at a very, very fast rate. 110 times per second for men and 220 times on average per second for women. So that's pretty fast. The way that they function best is based on their mass, or just how thick they are, the tension of those vocal cords, how tense or tight, and also the length of your vocal cords. That all plays a part in terms of the way that you sound. So let's talk about what happens when you get louder, for example. When you get louder, you are pushing air up faster through your vocal cords, and they are slamming together. And this is okay because, we all get loud at times. We go places and we yell for our favorite teams, or sometimes maybe we yell a little bit too much at our kids or something like that. But it's the long-term louder, or the force of those vocal cords, if that's happening over a period of time, it is going to change their mass. Just like anything that's hitting harder, the mass is going to increase. And if it gets too thick, you might get hoarse, because now the air is going through, there's a smaller space. Your vocal cords may not come together completely because there's some swelling. And you could even get a vocal nodule, which is just like a callus that gets on your vocal cords, and air is escaping from around it, because again, the vocal cords can't come together completely well. So let's talk about coughing and clearing your throat. Some people who have a cold might have to cough or clear their throat a lot throughout the day. And that's okay. I mean, we all get colds and that happens, but your vocal cords are already perhaps a little inflamed due to a cold. Maybe there's been some drainage or something and it's irritating the vocal cords. So already they're a little bit irritated. And then if you have to cough because you have something to bring up, some phlegm or something, or even if you have to clear your throat, you are adding an element of slamming those vocal cords together. That's exactly what happens. Our vocal cords come together really hard. And same with throat clearing as well. So the combination of all these, the vocal cords already swollen, the vocal cords being slammed together frequently and harder can create a hoarseness and can also damage your vocal cords. So let's talk about ways to cough or clear your throat without hurting your vocal cords. The method that we are using is called the silent cough and throat clear. And basically what you are doing when you are creating a silent cough is you are taking short bursts of air from your lungs, and you're sending them through your vocal cords. And it sounds something like this. Actually, the only sound you're going to hear is going to be these bursts of air coming out. The vocal cords will not be engaged at all. Here goes. It may not sound like that was very productive, but it was actually. And I didn't even necessarily need to cough, but I actually had a productive cough doing that. Same thing with the throat clear. This is something that you can do in place of that. So it's the same method for both the cough and for the throat clear. And you are not allowing your vocal cords to come together. You are just sending these short bursts through your vocal cords to bring something up. The only time that I have not had success with this method is when I have a tickle. Now, those annoying tickles are the worst. I recently experienced a cold, and the cold went on for several months, basically, to the point that at the end, I just had that tickle in my throat. And no matter what I did, I just was coughing with a tickle. So it's not a very good feeling then, and it was horrible. I think I didn't lose my voice, but I was coughing quite a bit. So the tickle is just a different thing. If you have a nervous cough or a nervous throat clear, and that has to be dealt with in a little bit different way. And with that, it's becoming aware of when you are doing that and trying to suppress that cough or that throat clear and not letting it happen. It's a whole different thing, because sometimes it's just that one of those nervous things, a nervous like tick that you might have that really requires your attention to pay attention to the feeling of wanting to do that, and then trying to relax and not do a throat clear or a cough during that time. It's a little bit different, but also very, very necessary, because you are still doing the same thing. You are bringing those vocal cords together very hard, and so it's not going to be good for your voice in that situation either. I hope that you have found this to be very useful, and I hope that you can continue to learn new techniques to take care of your vocal cords, have the best vocal hygiene possible so that you don't lose your voice in those very important times, and you can keep your voice free and clear of any kind of hoarseness or loss of voice for that matter. So if you like this episode, please comment below and like it and subscribe to my station so you can hear more and more of these tips that I will be providing for you, so that you can take care of your speech, language, and voice and do it in healthy ways.